Hey, this is the CD channel. I'm Chris, and this is Dave, and this is MMA for you. We're gonna do our post-fight analysis for Bellator 48, which was a great call, man. Great card, man.
It was amazing, man.
Sorry about you guys, Sandro, man.
Dude, what did you do?
Huh?
I was picking for her. Well, what did you do?
I put a curse on Will and Sandro.
Why?
That must have been. You know what? We'll talk about it, but I was actually cheering for Sandro to win as the fight was going on, even though I picked Curran, but we'll get to it.
Too late.
Okay, there were just 4 fights on the main card. We'll pretty much just talk about what happened in the main card.
Mm-hmm.
I got like 6 of 9 of my picks correct.
That's really good.
Felt pretty good. Which is the average I'm trying to hit is like more than half.
That's good.
Okay, so what we saw first was Rene Nazare beating up Juan Barrantes.
That was so one-sided.
Oh man, dude, Nazare's striking is just so much more. Barrantes was like brawling, like seriously, he's throwing looping punches. He wouldn't go down though from the strikes, but man, what's gonna hit first, a straight punch or a looping punch?
Of course, a straight punch.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this fight is so bad that he doesn't have to step in.
Yeah, man, shut his eye out, dude.
It's so sad.
That was good. Nazare just beat Barrantes in every part of the fight, man.
Great BJJ, dude.
Yeah.
Great BJJ.
Take him down. That ground and pound was pretty vicious, man. He's really looking for the knockout, dude.
Yeah, crispy striking, straight punches. You ask it, you get it. Well, you know what I really want to see?
What's that?
I would like to see him versus the people.
Oh man, that'd be sick, dude.
Right?
The thing is, they're both Brazilian, right?
Mm-hmm.
Both Patrick Pitbull trains under Nogueira Brothers. His jiu-jitsu is really good, and his striking is like really good too. And they both have a lot of power.
Yeah, that's what I say. Can't wait to see that. Yeah,
dude. That's a fight I would like to see as well. Nazare. There's a lot of guys that Nazare can fight as far as lightweight. Chandler's always gonna be in there and whatnot. Of course, I'd like to see him fight like an Eddie Alvarez. I can see Nazare fighting a Toby Amada or something like that as well. But yeah, man, that'd be really cool, dude.
Awesome.
Yeah. Next fight, my man Rico Rodriguez lost to Seth Petrozelli in the first round, man.
I don't want to, say anything, but your pick is horrible. I told you. What did I say?
Dude, Rico looked horrible, man.
He walked into straight punch. He's just like, oh, hit me, boom, die.
It was. Seriously, Rigo couldn't get his game going on. He couldn't get the takedown. And, it was just... The thing is, he couldn't get the takedown. His striking looked atrocious. His hand placement in his stand-up is kind of weird. It doesn't look like it's in the right place. His arm and hand placement. It doesn't look that defensively sound. Some of his kicks are funny too. They just look funny.
Well, on the prediction, I told you can't touch Seth. You can't. And he did not. He actually walked into the Seth's punch. Pretty good.
Yeah, man. He also, Petrozelli was also throwing spinning back kicks. Yeah. He threw. He threw that. He threw a spinning heel kick. Actually, man, that was crazy. I'm seeing that.
I want to see my man to continuously beat out everybody. But you know what? I really think that is a front runner to win the light heavyweight champion tournament. What do you think?
I think so too, man. Who's gonna be in there? Unless they get some really good light heavyweights. Like Richard Hale, I don't think could beat Petrozelli. Nick Fichetti, who won on the undercard. I don't think he can beat him. Christian Mpumbu, who's the champion right now, is a very undersized light heavyweight. I can totally see Seth Petrozelli beating him, man.
Absolutely.
It's one of those things right now. I mean, it's not because like Petrozelli is a former UFC fighter and therefore he's superior to. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's just Seth Petrozelli. You know, he's a solid fighter, and if you look at the light heavyweights that are in these, I mean, the best light heavyweights, you know this, are in Strikeforce or the UFC.
Yes.
All the top, I'd say 15 to 20 even. I mean, so most of the other guys, especially in Bellator, really, I mean, you can even just see it. They're you know, whether it's like Daniel Gracie, and the guy he lost to. I mean, they're not that good. They don't. Some of them don't move well. They look a bit sluggish. You know, they don't. Some of them don't come off very well rounded. It's just the thing. Petrozelli's been fighting for a while, and I just, you know, if Petrozelli fights the light heavyweights that were in the last light heavyweight tournament, I would pick Seth Petrozelli to win as well.
I agree. I agree.
Okay.
Right, moving forward.
Cole Conrad beat Paul Bontello by unanimous decision.
It's a slow fight, though.
Yeah, this was I mean, they were booing Conrad after he won.
But Conrad is a solid fighter. I just didn't expect this slow.
You know, he's a heavyweight for one.
But he's a wrestler.
Yeah, that too. He's a wrestler that's really testing out his newfound striking skills. Okay. I mean, what do you expect? You know what I mean?
But with a great striking and a good takedown, I mean, why is this slow?
Well, one, it's not great strike. You know, Conrad. The cool thing with Conrad was he's utilizing a jab, and he only got like top control like once in the fight. And even when he gets top control, he's very satisfied. You watch any Cole Conrad fight, right? And you'll see that he gets in half guard on top, and it looks like the same position. It can be Paul Bontello, it can be Neil Grove, even though he actually finished him. It can be, you know, any of the heavyweights that fought, and it's the same thing. Conrad gets on top, usually lands on half guard, and it looks the same. He's just stuck in half guard, throws pitter-patter strikes.
Lay and pray.
Yeah, he just kind of lay and prays. You know, he's not the type of guy, unless he's aggressively looking for submissions, and a lot of times he's not, then his fights are usually slow.
Do you think he's played safe or what?
Yeah, I don't think he plays it safe more so then he doesn't have the skills to do much more. That's the thing. He's a wrestler. He has a wrestling mentality.
I understand that, and then this is what I'm gonna say. You know, with his wrestling, even though slow fight and all that, we just say, I still think he should be able to, you know, be the most of a heavyweight outside the Zuffa, which I don't know. It sounds contradicting, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, with a guy like with his wrestling pedigree and the lack of talented heavyweights outside of the Zuffa umbrella, I mean, Cole Conrad's pretty much gonna beat most guys.
But that's the best I got.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
I mean, he's pretty much like there's a couple. There's this one Russian that fights in M1 that actually looks really good. Otherwise, as far as heavyweight prospects go, there's actually some UFC cast-offs like Todd Duffy that might be able to do pretty well. Alistair Reem's a free agent, but I don't know if they'll be able to get him.
Yeah.
I think he's headed to Zuffa anyways.
Okay.
Most heavyweights I can think of, even the higher ones that aren't under the Zuffa banner. Afrozilla is another one. Todd Duffy, Tim Sylvia, you know, Andrei Arlovsky. I don't even know if they can afford some of these guys. A lot of them are like kind of old too. I don't know if they can handle Cole Conrad's wrestling.
Yeah. Okay, I guess more slow fight for us to watch. Continue.
Well, the main event of the night saw a brilliant comeback, or just out of nowhere KO as Pat Curran got a head kick on Marlon Sandro in the second round.
Just straight be honest. You know my guy was gonna win. Okay.
You know, I'll even give you. I'll go one further. If they had a rematch, I would actually still pick. I'd pick Marlon Sandro to beat Pat Curran.
But you did not pick. You picked Pat.
Yeah, some things showed in the fight. Defensively, Pat Curran is really good. Marlon Sandro still had a hard time to really hit him that clean.
But
there's some times where he like staggered, somewhat staggered, clipped. At most, he got clipped.
But the thing is, my guy is winning the standout throughout the whole entire fight. Just so somehow a stupid KO come out.
That's MMA, man. That is MMA in a nutshell, dude. I mean, anything can happen. And before anyone says this, no, it's not a lucky strike.
Yeah, I give you that, because I can tell.
It's a kick, first of all.
I can tell Pat is been looking for that KO throughout the whole fight.
Exactly.
I just didn't know that it would happen.
Yeah, I mean, you can see throughout the whole fight that Pat Curran was like looking to land this one punch, like especially as like a lot of overhand rights, counters, and I think that worked against Curran, and that's why someone like Eddie Alvarez beat him so easily. Yeah. He waits to counter, and it's like, well, unless he finds it, he's not going to win if the other guy's really aggressive and pushing the issue.
But my guy was pushing for all the time.
Yeah, and he was winning. It just so happens that your guy got baited.
Yeah.
Pat Curran threw three jabs. He bobbed 3 of them. He noticed his head was going one direction, threw a head kick because on the bob, and with Marlon kind of having his hands down, and then that's it. He got finished.
Yeah. Well. But you gotta give to my guy. He has a really much higher work rate. Okay.
Yeah.
He pushed for.
Like I said,
I mean, I think if this rematch, that possibility my guy will win.
Well, the thing is, the reason why I would pick Marlon Sandro in a rematch is because Pat Curran, the way he fought Sandro, would. Unless he gets a finish, he would not win.
He would not win.
That's the thing. It's just the way he was fighting, and that he generally fights actually.
I guess I gotta see, pick rate as you did now. Now I only win 3 fights. But let me ask you this. I mean, I kind of looking for, even though I don't like your guy Pat, but I'm looking for he first the winner of the Pitbull versus Joe.
Oh yeah, man. Joe Warren versus Pitbull. I mean, I pick Pitbull to win that fight. I've said it before. One thing about Joe Warren is he's an Olympic level Greco-Roman wrestler with just like unmatched toughness. Pitbull is a lot more well-rounded, and against Pitbull would be really interesting. Just because Pitbull pretty much has the stand-up that Sandro has, but he has better wrestling too. So he can actually, if you watch the Daniel Strauss fight, Pitbull is going for takedowns too.
You do know the reason I'm looking forward, because people are gonna kill your guy.
Well, when that fight if that fight happens, I'm actually picking Pitbull to win.
Oh, hey, be loyalty to your guy, alright? Pitbull is mine, dude.
Yeah, I pick him, man. That's all, man. I don't particularly have loyalty unless it's against someone like a Dan Hardy or something like that.
We all know that.
Joe Warren versus Curran would be pretty interesting, just because I can see Warren really pushing Curran to get to for takedowns. If Marcus Calval can defend and stuff a lot of Joe Warren's takedowns, I can see Pat Curran doing the same, to be perfectly honest. And I can see Curran winning on the feet against Warren. I think Curran would actually have an easier time with Joe Warren, to be perfectly honest. Just on a stylistic stylistically, I mean, if Sandor was beating Curran this badly on the feet, it wasn't that badly, but he was beating him on the feet. I can see Pitbull do the same.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. That's why I want to see that fight.
Yeah, me too. Cool, man. So yeah, that's pretty much it for our post-fight analysis for Bellator 48.
Alright, if you guys like us, please subscribe us.
Yeah, and yeah, if you have any comments or anything, just leave them below. And that's it for MMA for you. Thank you very much.
Subscribe us.
Cool. Later, guys.